Morning, guys. Hope you're all well, staying strong, staying safe. Had a check around the internet before switching on record. No script this time, again. God, I'm lazy. And so I went and checked the news sites to see if there was anything out of the usual happening. Nothing. Multiple stabbings, nothing unusual there. Some more sex attacks, nothing unusual there. What's this? Politician, corruption. No, nothing unusual happening. So I thought I'd give you guys an early Christmas stocking filler and point you to a couple of sites that I think you should watch. Any of you recognize that rather attractive young lady behind me? I wish she was sat next to me. Well, not really. I'm a bit too old for her. Let's have a look. Her name is Lily Gaddis, and she has got to be one of the most based channels out there. How they haven't closed her down, I don't know. Anyhow, she's got a real little interesting story. I'm sure many of you have seen the videos from India where they had their annual festival where all the men sort of jump into a big pile of cow manure and rub it all over and then roll around with each other in it. Well, the Indians didn't like that because they thought it displays them in a negative light. I mean, as if their scam centers didn't put them into a bad enough light at any rate. But anyhow, let's have a look at this little bit of a clip. I've started it early, but afterwards I'll put the link in the description and you can go watch it for yourself. Let's see what she has to say, shall we, guys? I found this quite funny.
Or death threats or anything along those lines. That's never happened to the rest of us, just to her because she's brown, right? And you know what she's saying? She's basically saying all white people suck. All white people are racist. They're awful. I wish, but that's actually not the case, unfortunately. That's not the case at all, okay? You have to go digging as a brown person to actually find real racism in this country. This is white people are the least racist people of all. That's a fact. Now, thanks to black people, thanks to people of color constantly telling us that we're racist, essentially manifesting racism, they have gotten a little bit more in the past recent years. In the past few years, thanks to incidents like the Carmelo Anthony situation and many others, white people have somewhat become a little bit more racist than they used to be. And is that their fault, or is that simply a reaction to how they've been treated by these people? Let's take a look at this whole video, and I think it's just a great example of these ungrateful people that come to countries that welcome them with open arms, give them everything, give them opportunities, enrich their lives, give them handouts and hand-ups, and all they do is turn around and literally bite the hand that feeds them.
Even someone as white passing as me has received Indian racism online. Okay, Kumar. If her parents didn't immigrate here, she'd be sleeping in cow shit with no rights. The irony. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
I
So
got...
you're ready for
Literally, where's the lie? Where's the lie? I didn't detect a single lie.
Go ahead.
I got a racist comment. Do you want to hear it?
What is it?
If her parents did not immigrate here, she would be sleeping in cow shit with no rights. The irony.
You will be sleeping in what?
In cow shit with no rights. The irony.
Oh, okay.
Is that true?
How shit? What does that mean?
They're saying if I was still in India with you, we would be sleeping with cows in shit. But you didn't have cows in your house, right?
We did have cows in our house.
Oh! Shut it down. Shut it down. I have to go. Oh yeah, I bet you do have
racism online.
I bet you do have to go. You certainly do have to go. There you go. And that's the funny thing. That's also another thing that's worth noting. The racists are usually right. Again, time and time again, it's like, you can call me racist, you can call me a terrible person, but you can't call me wrong. You can.
We'll leave it there, shall we, guys? Well, I enjoyed it. If you haven't seen the videos of them rolling around in it, and it's hilarious. As are the ones where they walking around with a flask that they can fill with cow's urine so they can have a drink later on. Okay, what else should we have a look at? Okay, guys, this is a little bit more serious, this one. Some months ago, I decided to get fit again, so I've dropped 3.5 stone. Quite pleased with it, and I've been doing exercises, working out, squats, that kind of thing. It's nice to have muscles again. But I figure I should be able to look after myself and look after those around me. So I've been buffing up on some of the skills that I was taught during my time in the armed forces. One of the first things I was taught to use as a weapon, self-defense, was, believe it or not, a newspaper and a magazine. Now, you might not think of a newspaper or a rolled-up magazine as being a weapon, but they are deadly in the right hand. And I was taught by a person who really knew what they were doing. So let's have a look at this guy here. Okay, you can get, I'll put the links in the bottom. Using up rolled-up magazine as a weapon. Let's have a look at it for a second, shall we?
I reach.
Okay, well, you get the picture. There are far better videos than that one out there, but I didn't have a lot of time to spare. So, yeah, you can search for them yourselves, but look into it. And you'll be surprised at how much damage a magazine can take from a sharp knife in warding one off. Okay, now let's have a look at something else. Because in this country, we're not allowed to defend ourselves. We can't even, even buy a knife these days to defend ourselves. We should be allowed to use pepper spray or buy it. Shouldn't be illegal. Everyone should have the right to defend themselves and their family. Have a look at this. This guy here. 3 things to use as in defense. Yeah. And these are things you can carry without being arrested. And there's 2 on here I want you to look at. First of all, the simple car key.
Those who don't have some sort of futuristic vehicle that is keyless. Something like this becomes something like this real quick. And if you're facing somebody that's bigger and stronger and you've got the ability to sting them really fast and shock them with something that's not a push dagger but could very easily pose as a push dagger, it could be a game changer. There's a few things to consider with this, such as, will it hurt your hand? Well, it won't be the most comfortable thing in the world, but a car key like this sits really secure in the hand when the fist is clenched. Something like this could penetrate, it could go in, but it may not necessarily either. It's just going to feel very uncomfortable when it makes connection, especially with certain parts of the body. It's not only something you can use as a thrusting object, but you can also scratch with it this way. You could come across and scratch. It's just something to help equalize. You could scratch, come across the face real fast with something like this. It's going to hurt a lot worse than your fingernails would, and it is a car key. Will you get in trouble? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you will evade the attack quickly and get away and move on about life. It does happen like that sometimes. Number 2 on the list, a flashlight. You know, it's not uncommon to carry a flashlight around with you everywhere you go, especially if you do night.
Okay, well, carrying a flashlight, yeah, whatever. The one I really wanted to point you at here is this one. Pens. Yeah, I carry a pen. I said looking round for it. Oh, it's in its case. And most people would not like it if you were to colour their eyes a different colour with a pen. and it kind of stopped them in their tracks. Being elderly, 77, no, 76, 77, January the 1st, don't forget my birthday card. I realise that when push comes to shove, I haven't got that long to sort of defend myself in. I couldn't go more than maybe 30 seconds to a minute. And so I've taught myself some skills to end it very, very fast. But sadly, it wouldn't be good for the person attacking me because, well, it could even prove fatal for them. Anyhow, but let's have a look what this guy is saying about pens.
Pens. Now, it's preferred to get something solid like a tactical pen. And if you're in a country that's so strict where they say you can't even have a tactical pen, then just get you a solid metal pen. Carry that thing with you, just something solid enough that will allow you a quick strike, something to sting with really quick. You got to remember something. We're not like animals. Animals out here in the wild have stingers, a way to bite, a way to make you pay for trying to touch them. Humans are not really designed that way, except for our fists and elbows and the parts of our body that we can strike with. But a lot of those things don't hurt and sting as bad as a quick puncture or a small object like this coming into a vital. Most of us are carrying pens around every day for work, for this and that. It's not uncommon to have one. A pen is not a weapon. You can turn it into a weapon. And if you're not even allowed to have something like a tactical pen that's designed as a weapon if need be, you can get solid metal pens, just something that's got some sturdiness, something that can move into the target with enough force and not necessarily break on you. There's a brand of tactical pens on Amazon called Key Peak. It's sturdy and well built. Maybe research to see if you're allowed to have something like that. And if you are, you've got a formidable self-defense tool in your hand. These are the tac pens from Key Peak. Sometimes you can get.
Okay, guys, I checked on Amazon. You can actually buy them there in the UK. As I said, if you were under attack, say those poor people were on the train the other day, there was one telling bit where a young woman took refuge in the kitchen and she picked up a metal tray to defend herself with. If you've got something like this there and you've got no alternative, you can maybe take a hit and make that pen vanish somewhere into the opponent's upper regions, eyes, ears, temple. Throat is always a good one. So there we go. Right, I think that's about it now. But there's one more video I want to show you. This kind of reached me because sometimes you're not going to make it through the day and you have to go down well, die hard, as they say. Have a look at this from Fast Jet Performance. It struck a chord with me. Dear, now, there.
No two ways about it. You're going to die. You're the last one standing. You're the last one. That's you. You're the last one. What do you say? See, if you're a true Brit, if you're English, Scottish, Welsh, or Irish, and you make up, you're the UK, the British people, I know what you'd say. And you can ask anyone this. Anyone, you say, what would you say? People might go, I don't know, I'd probably say a prayer or something. No, if you're British, you're going to say, come on then, let's fucking have some. You know what I mean? Because you are. Because you are. Let's fucking have some then. That's what you're going to say. And you're going to die in the next 30 seconds. But that's what you're going to say. And that's how you know. That's who we are. That's who we are. That's who we are. We're British. We don't give this country up for anything. This is England. This is where other nations come to die. No one's taken over this country before, mate. I've told you before. They're riding at you on horses. Yeah.
Well, what sort of Brit are you? Are you like Fast Jet Performance? Are you like me? Because that's the way I'll go. Anyhow, you've been listening to Paul Morris on the Voice of the British Resistance. I'll leave the links in the description. Go check them out. Meanwhile, I'll be seeing you where? On the beach. Bye now.